I have another journal I want to share. I have two more, and then I'm done. Uh, one day I'm gonna buy me a regular camera, and I can make longer videos. So I'm gonna do this last one, and then I'm gonna go and start dinner. Um, what I want to say that this journal was dated November 20th, 1985, and it says, Dear Journal. Some of mine I say Dear Diary on it, some of mine said Dear Journal. So this one was Dear Journal. Today, 10 friends were looking at me all strange. I was like, why are they looking at me like that? And I said, anyway, it's this guy who be with Mike all the time. He was looking at me in a strange way, something like that said. His friends call him Pink House, but I don't call him anything. Pink House was someone that went to Kennedy King College, and I met him that year through Tim. So to speak about him, I think he was in the cafeteria or something, and he was asking me strange things. I thought it was very odd for him to ask me this strange question, and it's in this journal. But I don't call him anything. Anyway, in the lunchroom, yeah, it was in the cafeteria, in the lunchroom, um, I was sitting down, and Pink House was looking at me. He started asking me questions like, "Hey, Marcella, how do you feel about having big breasts?" Strange things like that. That's not a normal thing to say to someone, especially when you first met them. That's really weird. You know, Pink having act that way before. It seemed he has started acting strange when I got my check from the school Monday. When I speak about checks, it was a Pell Grant that back then that they was giving students to go to school. The Pell Grant would pay for your school. Instead of getting a regular loan, you would get like some kind of Pell Grant to go to school, and then whatever is left over in the Pell Grant, you would get a lot of it back. So I had got it back. For you all that's younger, ask your parents; they know. Yeah. So anyway, uh, looking at me smiling. And Carol says something that he was looking at me smiling strange, asking a lot of questions. When I was going to leave the lunchroom, Pink Pink House got all mad talking about where do you think you're going? I just couldn't believe it. He was acting as we go together. Now, mind you, like I said, it was my first time meeting him, and I just thought that was very odd for a person to act that way when they don't know you. That's really weird. Furthermore, I am going to find out what his friends want from me, and Pink also. So I didn't really like hang out with him that much. Actually, later as he got to know me, he kind of calmed down. He wasn't acting like really silly that day. My little brother said our cousin called for me. I was surprised to hear from Sheila calling, my cousin Sheila from Illinois. I haven't heard from her in a long time. Let me see. But I am going to call her sometimes this week. That's what I said. That's a my cousin Sheila on my father's side. That's his oldest brother's daughter. And sometimes we used to conversate a lot. But as time goes, people go on with their life, and we have like different things going on in our life. We talk to each other sometimes. We might talk to each other now, like on Facebook or something like that. Yeah. All right. And what else? Well, I'm going to stop now. It's getting late. P.S. I'm going shopping Thursday for some more new things. Bye. But yes, what I was saying that Pink House, he was a DJ at Kennedy King College some years ago. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Um, since he was a DJ, he used to work for 103.3, something like that, in Chicago. Later on, after he graduated from Kennedy King College, so he was a DJ, and he also was a DJ, like going to parties. But every time like when I used to attend some of the parties, I didn't go to a lot of parties. I might like maybe one or two or three. Uh, he would just mostly make his rounds. Um, to people, and he had somebody else DJ and things like that. But he was a radio announcer for 103.3, something like that. Or 106 or 103.6, something like that. He was later on in life, but he passed later. He passed away in 96 at the age of 30, 32, something like that. That's in one of my journals. As we get there, as time goes, I'll talk about it. So I have this very last journal I want to talk about. All right, and this was November the 16th, 1985. Dear Journal, yesterday Felicia called me. She wanted to know did I want to go out. I said yes. So she told me to be around her house at 9 p.m. We had went to this place called Nightline Chicago. Nightline Chicago is the same place that I had mentioned in the first video. Her sister boyfriend had took us. He is a policeman. To be honest, I don't remember him. Even though that was Felicia's sister's boyfriend, I don't even recall that guy. But I'm glad that I could see it in my journal to tell that it was real. It really did happen. But I could not even really tell you whether I had met this person or not. I mean, if I see him right now, I wouldn't even know who he was. I don't even remember that she even had a boyfriend that was a police officer. Oh well. Okay, there were a lot of people in that lounge. Now, mind you, like I told you, that Nightline Chicago was a bar that you have to get there. At some of the bars, you have to get there before 9 o'clock. And if you didn't get there before 9 o'clock, they had someone to come to the door and sit and card you. We had always when I was about 18, 19 years old, me and some of my friends, we had fake IDs. And in Chicago, they used to sell fake IDs on the north side of Chicago by the train station. What I mean by the train station, the big L, I don't even remember the name of those L. Only thing I know is the big L that goes up. And they used to have like people sell newspapers right there, and they had newspaper stands, magazine stands, and they also had someone had a stand selling fake IDs. And some of the fake IDs looked real, but the people on the north side nightclubs was very strict, so they had like some kind of light where they can tell if your ID was fake, so you could not go get in. But I think that the bar called Nightline Chicago, They was located somewhere on the south side or southwest side, something like that. And mostly in those clubs, you can I don't know about now, but I'm just speaking back then. And if you was underage, you can get in before 9 p.m. So that's what they did. So a lot of people done that. A lot of people. So, but I wouldn't conduct. I wouldn't suggest if you're 18, 19 years old. I wouldn't suggest that you do that. I would suggest that you wait till you get 21 or 25 or whatever the age limit is now. Wait till you get into, you'll be able to get in a bar and do these things. Because by law, they can lose their liquor license for doing that. If the owners knew that these people who was um, showing some kind of I forgot the word for it. If these people supposed to represent the bar and they're doing things underhand, the owners of those establishments can lose their license. So I wouldn't suggest that. So, okay, now you could walk anywhere you want. Anyway, the place was on the north side. Oh, this was on the north side. There was on the north side. There were a lot of white people in there. Whites was dancing with blacks. Felicia met her a white guy. He seemed like he was very nice because he asked me and Felicia, did we want a drink? He had got us some champagne. Therefore, while I was standing at the bar drinking my champagne, this cute guy asked me how well can I dance. I didn't know what to say, but very well, I said very well to him. He danced okay, I must say. He told me on the floor, on the dance floor, you making my heart jump. You know what he mean when he said that. I know what he was talking about by the way he was looking at me. He was talking about my breast. Also, he said his name was Dwight and from Miami. He was from Miami, Florida. Dwight wanted me to leave with him last night. He wanted to take me to a hotel. I had looked at him like he was crazy. I was trying to explain to him I was with some friends. Dwight told me I have some friends that would love to meet them, but I was trying to tell him that they already have someone. I couldn't believe it. When he walked up to me, he did see me tell Felicia, watch my drink. I did. I probably did. We always told each other to watch your drink because people was known to drop things in people's drinks. And from what I hear now, they still do stuff like that. Okay, or something. Let me see. In a way, I believe he was drunk or something, and I supposed to saw him today, but he didn't call back. So I met this other guy last night. His name was Ron. He bought me a mixed drink, and he was all up in my ear trying to kiss me. In my opinion, I believe this is what I said. Get ready. In my opinion, I believe Ron eat out the way he was trying to kiss in my ear. I pushed him away. He was trying to do that. I can't stand that when a guy do that. Even today, I think that's annoying. I mean, be a gentleman and control yourself. That's just sickening to me. It's sickening. But I do believe that whoever he was back then, he probably did or sex. I called his job. They said he just left. So Angela called today 3 times. I am getting tired of her. Angela, the one I was talking about in the other journal. Well, I guess I'll stop for now. It's 2:25 a.m. in the morning. P.S. I called that man who was in my English class yesterday named Hardy. He called me back and we were talking. Bye. Hardy, his name was Joe Hardy, and I met him when I was in high school, in college. He was in his 30s, I think, something like that. And I met him through my English teacher. And what happened was my English teacher introduced me to him and this other guy. And the reason why he introduced me to them because he said that he felt that they would be appropriate for me to learn how to do things when it comes to writing English. So that's what he was like. He was tutoring me. He was my tutor, and he was teaching me how to learn different skills. And then also my English teacher said it would be appropriate too if they can be a mentor for me, someone that can guide you, explain to you about different things in life. So that's what they were, and they was a very perfect gentleman. And also they told me that Hardy told me that he served in the um, what did they call that? Vietnam Army. He was in the Vietnam Army. And so he talked about the Army and the different things that he had encountered. And he also told me about a lot of his friends had passed, and he had he was one of the ones that had to go pick up the dead bodies, um, to take them to like different whatever they was taking them, and he said that it takes a lot. That's what he told me. He said when you're in the service, it takes a lot because he said you see a lot when you're in the service, and so he explained a lot to me. And so also when I was hanging out with Joe Hardy and his male friend that my English teacher introduced me to, a couple of times they took me to this bar, and this bar served the food and stuff, and it was in Chicago, right off 120 something street in Harvey. It was in Harvey, I think, something like that. But anyway, um, nobody asked me how old I was. I was 19 at the time. Nobody didn't ask me because I was with them because they was older, and plus everybody was in there was older. They knew who they were. So there was a few white people in there too, Caucasian people in there, and it was a really nice metal place. I have no idea if the place still exists or anything, but it was like a hole in the wall. If you never heard a hole in the wall, ask your parents if you're younger than me. So that's what it was nice. It was nice. It was real metal. So I'm glad that I was able to share my journal with you, and I have a lot more to come. And I am so excited to share more. So I just pick out what I think is appropriate, and the things that I don't think is appropriate, I am not going to share it. So I look forward to sharing more with you real soon, and you have a pleasant night. Talk to you later. Bye.